Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Grow Clip Bonsai for Seniors. My name is Tom Novak, and today is not a bonsai. Today is January 4th of 2024. It's about 7:30 p.m. It's Thursday. It's 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. As promised, Alma's from her video channel is Plants Heartbeat with Alma. Now, she was growing Amaryllis, and I was telling her to grow the bulbs because she was growing the flowers, but the bigger the bulb, the more flower stalks you get. So this is not a bonsai, but an Amaryllis bulb growth. So this is my Amaryllis. You can see the nice fluffy roots on it. And the first thing I do is take off any babies. So just take them out, and this I'll repot. But right now, I measured her at her widest with the bulb at 4 inches. I don't know if you can see it, or a little less than 4 inches. And the narrowest part is about 3 3/4. So, what I did is I'm going to put, I drilled a hole in the biggest pot I can find because I wanted to have room to grow the roots. So I can get this bulb, I can get a lot of foliage, and so the roots can grow. I added a Dr. Earth. It's a 222, and you can see all the beneficial bacteria that's inside Dr. Earth. I'm also going to add my Nikos to the mix. So let's get started. I got the regular potting soil that I had from the other video when I was doing the geranium. So let me get my gloves on so we can get this going. Yes, I got paper towels today. I didn't forget it. I almost forgot the calipers there for measuring. So on the bottom, you can see the holes I drilled on the bottom. And you got the feet there. I know the water's going to go in there, but what are you going to do? I'm just going to take the unmilled sphagnum moss and just put it over the holes, because I want that to keep the soil in. That should work out pretty good. Just smash it in real good. And then I'm going to take my 50-50 mix of vermiculite and perlite and just stick it in, so whatever holes I miss, it'll get covered. I'm going to get my other one out, and let's fill that one up. So I want to, because in my landscape shows, I seen Amaryllis bulbs, big. I mean, big. They must have had about 5 or 6 flower stalks on it. So once I got this in, I'm going to flatten it out. And then I'm going to get my mix. To that mix, I added just a little bit more perlite tip because I want the drainage there. Okay, Tom, well, here it is. So all I'm going to do is take it, fill it. Now, if you got a big spot to plant it in the ground, better yet. I think I made enough. Hopefully I got enough. Yep. There we go. Soil nice and fluffy, nice and loose. Just pat it down. What did I do with my spray bottle? Right here. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put the soil in about up to here, because I don't want the bulb all the way down, because I don't want it to rot. So I usually put the bulb there, and this way here it has a chance to spread out. So all I'm going to do is wet the roots real good. But what I think I can do is take some of these old ones off. These dried out ones, that's the best thing to do. Let's fluff it out. You're not thinking today, Tom. And just cut all these old ones off, because they're dried and you can see the nice white roots there. This has been sitting before the cold snap, so I had to get this in and let it go dormant. I cut off all the foliage because I wanted it to sleep. And this had a good root system. You can see how these roots dried out. So all I'm going to do, let's put this down so you can see. All I'm going to do is cut this off. And we're going to see in the fall, if I'm still living, Lord willing, if this bulb gets any bigger. Because the way these guys did it is something else. So that's about like that. Let me get this out of the way. Put it on the side. And I got old fish water in here, so I'm just going to dunk the roots. It's better than spraying it. And that way there, let's put that there. And I'll wet my hands so I can get the meat goose out. And I think I can take these gloves off. It's harder than you wouldn't believe to work with gloves sometimes. But I do that for the unknown sphagnum moss. So here we go. I'm going to take a nice heaping spoonful and just put it all over the roots. Even I put about in this mix. I put like a half a tablespoon of fertilizer in there, so everything gets pretty well organized. There we go. Sprinkle it in, and then hopefully I got enough. Hopefully I mixed enough soil. But if not, I got more in the other bucket. We can fill it up. So what I'm going to do is take some more out. You can see how it's a nice mix. And I'm going to just pour some in the top there. I'm going to try to, the bottom is moved out so we can get it nice and flush on there, so there's no air pockets. And we're just going to add the soil to the mix. Just get it on the roots. I know this is going to settle a little bit, but what are you going to do? So Tom, that pot is oversized, I know, but I want to grow these bulbs and see if I can get as big as a small cabbage. So now I'm going to just fire in the chopstick into the soil. You got to fire it in. Because you want to get all them air pockets out from under the roots there. So I'm firing it in so I can get the soil into the roots. So just fire it in. And hopefully this helps, Alma. This is what I'm doing. Just pack it in a little bit, because I don't want this bulb to rot. Now this bulb is not gonna, this will start to flower. It'll send up flower stalks. So once it starts sending up a stalk, I'm gonna have to put it into the window closer. This time we did not get enough, so get all this stuff out of the way and open up my black gold that I got pre-mixed already. And I'm just going to take more of that out, put it in the bucket. I know I'm making a mess on the floor, but that's why God made brooms and a shovel. All the soil on the floor, what are you going to do? Remember, it's not dirt, because the soil is living. Dirt is what you sweep off the floor, and all the dust and all the other stuff but you can see how nice the mix is. And this is the cactus mix that I added more perlite to it. There we go. And then, just going to put it to there. Take my chopstick one more time. Fire it in. Fire it in. There's a nice pocket there that the soil's going down. Fire it in. Fire it in. Put your fingers in there. Fire it in. Fire it in. If there's any air pockets, you want to get them out. There's another one right here, a big one right there where this thing is going down. Nice hole in there. Get my fingers in there and push it in, push it in. Really went down deep. I know it's hard to see, but what are you going to do? But this is what I do, Alma. I try to get this ball big. And then I'm going to have to make sure the dogs don't, or anything else, don't wreck it. Now, I'm not going to give it a lot of water right now. I just want to give it some water so the roots get a little hydrated. And then we're going to wait to see if we get a flower on it, how many stalks we get out of this one. Because you can get them in a store and start them. Sometimes you're lucky if it's a small bulb, you get about 1 stalk. Sometimes you're lucky if it's a little bigger, you can get 2 stalks out of it. And then we'll get Mr. Elephant, because the kids like to see Mr. Elephant. And I'm just going to water it in. Just like that, just to let it know, hey, it's time to wake up. So it'll probably take a couple of weeks to wake up, but what are you going to do? Because they usually get these growing for Christmas time and the holidays and Thanksgiving. Or you can get them ready for Mother's Day too, the flower. And then I'm just going to cut this off, that stuff. There we go. It's just paper. So I use my scissors that I use for the roots. And there you have it. Now let's see if I can turn it so you can see how I got it into the soil. Not a lot, a little bit less than half. And that keeps the bulb from rotting, especially now during the winter time. So, not bonsai, but something short and sweet. And Alma, I hope this helps you out, because I seen bulbs like that. And then they had them in flower with about four flower stalks on them. So we're going to see what happens. I know it's a little off center, but what are you going to do with the roots? So we still got enough room for this thing to grow. We're going to see in the fall, once I pull it out, to see how big the bulb is. So Alma, I wish you luck on yours. Now I'm going to take this little guy and plant him, and we'll see if this bulb gets any bigger. So right now I got him in the wet the roots a little bit. It's not going to flower, it's just going to grow. So it's Thursday night, get a good book out. Sit down and relax with a cup of tea in your chair with a good book, and shut that phone off, shut the TV off, and take an hour and just read and relax your brain. Take care, everybody, and have a good day, or a good night. Yep, 7:35 now, or a little later than that. Take care, everybody.